Jason Tartick got his big break in reality TV on season 14 of The Bachelorette. He's coming to Zanies in Chicago for a podcast. It's got him, it's got Kaitlyn, it's got Andrew, it's got Joe. It's also, we just found out, it's sold out. You were bringing the party to Chicago, man.
I am bringing the party. I love Chicago. It's one of my favorite cities in the States. I tell Kaitlyn literally on the reg, I would move there tomorrow. So I'm so excited to come back.
It's going to be a fun event, but obviously, tickets are sold out, but people can come earlier. You're going to be signing books, so people can come earlier to that. They're going to be adding that to the Zanies website. So check social media and the website. And congratulations on the new book.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be there about an hour and a half, I think, before the event. So the event starts at 4. So around 2:30, I'll be there signing books. Whether you have a ticket or not, you can still drop by and grab a book. I'd appreciate it. I'd love to say hello. And I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about it. The restart roadmap, a lot of people making changes, a lot of people trying to get rid of that fear and make that change in their life, no matter what age. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration of the book and how you hope it's going to help people.
Yeah, I mean, it's really the perfect time for a book called Restart because the whole world hit restart with the pandemic. And coming out of the pandemic, people are taking a different approach to their lives. I think everyone was quickly reminded how quickly things can change. And so we saw in 2021, 48.7 million people voluntarily left their jobs to pursue their dreams, to write their own story. And so what inspired me was pretty much just that. I was put in a situation where I had to make the decision between starting my own entrepreneurship world outside the bank or staying within the bank and living under very tight constraints of what I could do outside of my standard hours. And I chose the latter. So that was a tough decision, a scary decision, but one that has led to so many incredible things. And writing this book is one of them.
I think, especially those conversations we've had during the pandemic, talking to our friends and family of if I had another chance to go to school, I would do this, or I love doing this on the side, or if I had something else, and people are just kind of afraid to make that one little kind of switch. And a lot of people have been doing side hustles, but it's been tough to kind of restart because I think people look at themselves and feel like whatever age, or you talk a little bit about, giving people inspiration that no matter where they're at, that there's always a chance to start, fresh and brand new.
Absolutely. I mean, there is absolutely no time that is too late to restart. And everyone needs to know that, especially now in 2022. I mean, we have seen all sorts of things through social media in the last 6 months where there have been grandmothers and grandpas to 5 and 8-year-olds who overnight have become a sensation. And if you have a dream, if you have an idea, if you want to write about a topic, if you have a video to share, if you have a passion you want to pursue, it's never been easier to get in touch with the masses. And it doesn't matter what age you are. And at the end of the day, on average, this is a morbid statistic, but it's a real one. We live to about 79 years old. 18 of those years were adulting, so we're down to 61. Most people retire around, let's say, 62-ish. So we're down to 40-ish years. You have, on average, in your professional world, to make something greater than just checking in and checking out. Do something greater than a bi-weekly paycheck. And so if that doesn't inspire you, you got to dig deep within yourself, down to the bedrock of who you are, and see what will.
I mean, you get a brand new opportunity, a brand new book. You get to travel the country talking about the book. Let's talk a little bit about your Chicago gig. I mean, like I said, you're throwing a party here. You're having you, Andrew, Kaitlyn, and Joe joining the podcast. Talk a little bit about, what Chicago means to you and what it's like, coming to our city.
I love this city. I mean, the landscape, the people, the energy. I feel like in another life, I was from Chicago. From the minute I walked into that mansion in 2018, Grocery Store Joe and I totally hit it off. I'm like, that's my kind of guy. 4.5 years later, we're still really tight. And to be back here to do something like this is really cool. And what you can expect with the show, we're going to be quick. It's going to be we're going to have some drinks before and drinks after, but during, feel free to have some drinks too. But it's going to be, I would say, educational, inspirational, and engaging. We're going to talk about areas of the book that really apply to these 3 individuals' career paths and lives, things they took away from it, funny moments, low moments, high moments, and there will be a lot of crowd interaction. So it'll be fun.
That'll be fun. Other thing that we get to see on Joe's Instagram is all the wonderful restaurants and food that he gets to try in Chicagoland. Is he taking you guys anywhere in the city, or have you been looking forward to trying any spot out?
Joe is giving me a list. There's he told me, I don't even know the name of it yet. Once I do, I'm going to let you know. I'll put it on social media, but there's an Italian spot he said I got to go to. So I'm going to check out this Italian spot. My go-to when I come to Chicago, just because I love the family, is Gene and Giorgetti's. So I'm always loyal to them, but he said I got another spot to check out. So more to come on that.
Definitely got to go to your favorite, but save a little room for the new spot that he recommends.
No doubt.
You and Kaitlyn made some news this week as far as talking to your psychic and maybe a baby in the future. What excites you most about fatherhood?
Yeah, I mean, so it's so funny because Kaitlyn told me about it. She told me that it was her psychic that wrote it, and then I saw a headline. I'm like, how did this happen? But honestly, I think I look at my father and like the inspiration and guidance he gave me, and both of my parents. They've been married over 35 years, and they have just been unbelievable. And to think that there's an opportunity that I can learn from the greatness that they kind of instilled in me, and being accountable and taking ownership of things. I hope I have that opportunity to be half the parents as them. That's what excites me, to see what they've done. And now they can look back at their life and look at everything and just feel so good about what's been done. And starting a family is wildly exciting. So I think, this family, hopefully, if we are so fortunate, will grow beyond just Kaitlyn, Ramen, Pino, and I.
That'll be amazing. I mean, there's obviously those things that you look to your dads as far as like the grilling or the music you listen to or the activities you did, in the backyard, learning how to play, sports, or just, the time talking. And I think those are all the things you start thinking about before parenthood that you really get to embrace.
Exactly. All that stuff, the sports, the fun times, the laughter. It was cool. I grew up in a family where I had a Jewish mother, Catholic father, gay brother. And so we grew up in a family that just got to live life to the fullest. I mean, we celebrated all different holidays and learned what the backgrounds of those were within those religions. And to grow up in such an accepting family has been such a privilege. And to hopefully continue that is going to be amazing with the next generation.
I mean, that feels like there was a celebration probably having at least, once every other week. And that could have been a reality show in itself.
There you go. Exactly.
And who says it can't be in the future? You're also planning the wedding. Obviously, a lot of things are, in the works as far as like decorations and the outfits and the guest list and the music. What's like the one thing that you are like, this has to be perfect, or that you're giving the most input on as far as trying to create for that special day?
I want it to just be an amazing celebration followed by literally like a party. I want to be having so much fun. So what I get excited about is the music, the energy, the atmosphere, and we're going to keep guests on their toes with a few surprises here and there that'll keep them dancing and having fun all night.
That is going to be amazing. Let's talk a little bit about Bachelor Nation. I think up until The Bachelor, I think every time you thought of fandom, you thought of either something science fiction, Star Trek fans, Star Wars fans, and this is the first time that reality TV really got fans excited and talking about all the different seasons and everybody there. And it's cool to see the excitement from the fans, but it's also cool to see when you come to town, all the other people in Bachelor Nation that you get to hang out with and the family that everybody has created. Talk a little bit about being part of it and having those social media fans.
Yeah, I always say you got to love Bachelor Nation and you got to love the alumni from this show, because in weird, twisted, bizarre ways, we are all family. We have dated each other's exes. We've, the list goes on of where the crossover is. It is what it is. It's a weird, wild world. But you know what? It's so exciting to get back to Chicago and to get back with this group. I think that's a really cool thing is we try to really look out for one another, right? So Joe launches his sauce. Joe, let me get some sauce. Where can I get it? How can I help you out? Kaitlyn's got something going on, etc. Hopefully, maybe one day we're going to see Andrew Rass back on the beach. We'll be there cheering for him. So the alumni really does have a cool support group, and we have one another's backs because it's just this wild thing that happens, and it just makes it easier, I feel like, to connect over given what happens and the whole ins and outs of it, the highs and lows.
The highs and lows, and that's what family is all about. You're coming to Chicago. You're going to be here on Saturday the 9th. Tickets are all sold out, but go ahead and show up about an hour and a half beforehand between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. He's going to be signing books. Check Zany's website as far as as far as any rules or any guidelines or anything as far as going there. But enjoy your time there on Saturday. Chicago.zanys.com is where you can go ahead and find out more information. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be back in Chicago.